Addicted to the Outdoors begins now.
This week we're headed off to Kentucky and we're going to do a little bit of whitetail hunting with the gang from Big Buck Property.
Mainly what they do is they buy and sell farms and manage them for game and manage them for big whitetails.
Here at Big Buck Properties, our goal is to find ground at a fair price and go in and fix it up for quality deer management and game management, and then sell it at a reasonable price to the average American that he can afford and have a great place to hunt and enjoy recreation.
We were pretty excited because at the very least, we felt like these boys were probably going to put us on some good deer.
I'm really excited about John and Gina Brunson coming and hanging out and hunting with me, and then they're bringing Brad Miller. That excites me. They're a big NBA player, and I heard he loves to hunt.
All right. Knew I smoked that thing.
After Gina slept in the first morning, she goes out that evening, and what she's staring at right out of the gate, a freaking monster deer.
Oh my God!
Holy cow.
Oh my God, he's huge!
You killed a monster, huh? He measured out right at 180 inches. It looks like it's going to be the new all-time record with a bow by a woman.
So what made you guys go back to Kentucky?
Well, I can think of 180 reasons why we went back to Kentucky. It's called, putting down 180-inch deer last trip. So I think that's enough reason.
And also, we're gonna get to go hunting with cutie country music singer Chuck Wicks and his dad.
Yeah, so hunting with those guys ought to be a pretty interesting trip.
That's us riding. That's us.
Is it? Oh my God. We got one tire flopping around, which we know, but we got one good tire. So it's over. We know, we got it.
So John, you're on your way back up to Kentucky. What happened to your trailer, man?
Yeah, we had a tire explode on us.
Hey buddy, you got an extra tire there on your trailer?
It's always something. That wasn't the worst part. The worst part was we didn't break down next to a restaurant, so I had to listen to Gina complain the whole time.
Oh wait, what's that over there behind us? Is that a restaurant?
Well, we've had a little detour on the way to Kentucky with the big flat tire, so we're gonna get this thing changed and hopefully get back on the road. Too bad we couldn't break down next to a restaurant.
We finally got a new tire on and we're ready to get back on the road. Been a lot better if there was somewhere to eat around here.
We finally get there, we pull up, and we're getting out to say hi to everybody, and John busts his butt.
White stuff.
Maybe you're used to that from Florida.
I almost came in flip-flops, man.
How you doing, man?
What's happening, bro?
Good to see you.
That was too wild.
How are you?
Hey, what's it is?
Didn't take us long to get settled in, and it didn't take Gina long to find Tracy's new birthday present.
Come here, you're gonna die. It's got packed.
Oh, it's gonna get ugly.
All the old school.
It's got Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and Galaga and Centipede and everything.
It's awesome.
Nice.
You've been wearing it.
I know.
So John, what are your plans next morning?
Well, my plans on this trip were to pretty much hang out with Chuck and run some camera for him and spend a little time with him, but he was still on his way in, so I decided to get up early that next morning and slide out and get me a little hunt in. Sat this morning, saw a few does, a spike. We're gonna head in and grab some breakfast and get ready for old Chucky boy and his dad to come in.
More people. No,
Gina,
Chuck, good to see you. Thanks, Chuck. Glad you made it. We did make it. Did you have a good night last night? It was awesome.
Three Johns.
A lot of Johns here.
We gotta go look at Chuck's first kill of the trip here.
We don't mess around here. Before we even get in the stand, we like to kill things with our vehicles and other parts of our bodies. And this poor guy.
It was a quick death.
It was quick. It was a loud thump for a little bird. I heard.
Did you feel him?
I felt
you felt a little rumble.
It's like almost like I was hitting the brakes.
Right.
Not really.
Limb Saver presents Addicted to the Outdoors with John and Gina Brunson.
This segment is brought to you by Forlow, the only technical fishing and hunting apparel completely made in the USA. Forlow, the future of hunting is here.
Here's where we're at so far.
A little detour on the way to Kentucky with the big flat tire.
Well, we finally rolled into Big Buck Properties to some familiar faces.
Got Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and Galaga.
We're gonna be hunting with country cutie Chuck Wicks and his dad.
It was a loud thump for a little bird. Not really.
Well, after everybody made it into camp, it was time for us to go down to the range, sight in the old black powders, and make sure they were dialed in and get our butts in the woods.
Pellets. I use pellets. My father does not use pellets. You may see a horn come out with powder. The leather tether.
Chuck's up first, put the heat on him. What is it, 100 yards?
Hit 6 inches high to the right above the white.
Oh, we're supposed to aim at the actual target. I'm a much better bow shooter than I am a gun shooter.
When you're ready to shoot, don't pull the trigger. Just start squeezing it real slow. And when the gun goes off, it should surprise you. If the gun surprises you, then you shot correctly.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Bullseye Club. I'll be your host for this evening. My name is Charles Wick, and I just got a lesson from...
So what you do?
Hey, you're right on the money. Bullseye. What's up, man? See?
I love you, man.
Hey.
You ready? Let's do it. First day. You drive on the wrong side of the road here. It's so weird. Kentucky, who would have thought? Wrong side of the road. I love you, Mom.
Yeah, old Chucky boy got stuck in the cold, but his pops, we took good care of him.
Fortunately, I have myself a nice tower stand to be in, and my son Chuck is probably really cold because he's in a lock-on stand.
Just for the record, when Chuck first showed up, he pulled me aside and he said, "Hey, John, the most important thing for me on this trip is to take care of my dad." So that's what we did.
Looks like Chuck's hunt was starting off kind of slow.
Well, you know, we did stick pops in the old honey hole and Chuck in the gar hole. Nah, not really, Chuck. We didn't do that to you, buddy.
Well, really, it's the same situation with Chuck's dad. There's some does in the distance.
You know, but that's why we call it hunting and not shopping.
Yeah, good chili.
It's gonna get ugly.
One of my recipes. What is that?
This is gonna be real good.
Homeboy can cook some grub, man.
It's raining, it's cold, and it's icy on the ground. And my hunter is not ready.
Why can't deer just sleep in?
We'll get ready to go out the second day, see what happens. See if we get the big guy this morning, get it over with, party afterwards.
We're gonna go sit in some blinds. They like to call them tire blinds, which translates into tower blinds, which we will discuss later.
There we go.
You know, this farm was Mark's personal farm, and let's just say old Mark don't like to rough it too much. So these stands were Mac Daddy stands. I mean, tall tower stands, real nice inside, roomy, had heaters inside, and these things are, I don't know how high they are. I mean, they're way up there. I swear you can see the next county from them. Yeah, that next morning hunt for old Chuck, unfortunately ended up to be pretty much a bust.
Big moment for my father.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Big moment.
This is where we kill stuff.
Kill stuff. Kill. Okay.
All right. The person in the car in front of us is watching us. I'm sorry, but you drive incredibly slow.
And don't
It doesn't
probably
mean
care.
you're a bad person. You just drive really slow. It's hard to be quiet when you're carrying a damn heater through the field. Right there is the infamous tire stand. It looks just like a tire.
So what's the deal with these tower stands they've got in place?
Man, they're big. I mean, like I said earlier, Mark and Spook don't mess around with these, with their setup.
Hell kebabs, little veggies on there with it. A little basted, pretty good stuff. Oh, you cooked shrimp and chicken wings.
I ate like 3 pounds of tuna.
Man, I slaved all day on this farm, baby. You gotta eat.
I need a deeper bowl. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, after dinner, Chuck slid back to the back of the lodge and discovered the Frogger game, and from there on out, the battle was on.
Chuck comes up here, trying to act bad, like he's got big scores. We gotta go check and see if he really beat us or if he's just giving us a line of bull. This is my birthday present. You beat me on it.
Somebody learned how to hop.
What was the deal with this Frogger game you guys are so hooked on?
Hey, you gotta talk to the Frogger queen. I never touched the game one time. I mean, well, you couldn't. If you went back there and stuck your arm in, it'd get chewed off. I don't even want to get involved in that because I'll get sucked in.
Since I got my deer, prior, and I wasn't hunting, I was just hanging out. What was I gonna do? But I was gonna sit on the Frogger all day until I beat his score.
Oh, that's a fast guy. My turn.
Yeah, move it.
And I did 3 times, so.
Oh, jeez.
I'm taking the high score. Look at me. I'm serious. This is me serious.
Shut her down.
Oh, you body slammed him.
I'm the winner.
This segment is brought to you by Boning. Boning, your archery equipment source.
In case you're just tuning in.
A little detour on the way to Kentucky with the big flat tire.
We're gonna be hunting with country cutie Chuck Wicks and his dad.
Above the what? Oh, we're supposed to aim at the actual target. It's hard to be quiet when you're carrying a damn heater through the field.
I was gonna sit on the Frogger all day until I beat his score.
You gotta make sure you got everything. Everything here, Chuck. You got your Gatorade, you got your license, you got your hat, you got your wallet, you got your money, you got your testicles, ready to go.
Well, day 4, we decided to change it up a little bit and head to a different farm.
I'm gonna kill a big buck with blue jeans on today. Okay, here we go. Normal people get retarded. Everything's backwards.
Well, what we got here, folks, is actually a piece of property, 3,600 acres. Did have corn, but it's been cut, but still had the beans standing right now, and got a lot of nice deer on this property. Hopefully these guys will get on a good one tonight.
Things were still a little slow for Chuck, but they were picking up for his dad. He looked up and saw a nice set of antlers off in the distance.
Yeah.
You know, old John just wasn't sure if he was going to make it into muzzleloader range.
Here we go. What's this?
All of a sudden, John looks up and another buck pops out at 40 yards, and now he's got a choice to make. Hold out for the bigger buck or take the one that's closer to him, which would have been the biggest buck he'd ever killed.
So what happened? Did he come in?
Well, unfortunately, the gamble did not pay off for him.
You're busted. It's going the wrong way.
Passed on the one deer, never got a shot at the second one. So when he got back to camp, you know we were gonna give him a hard time.
If I hadn't seen those two big deer, I probably would have took it.
Biggest deer he's killed is probably scored 70.
Yeah, that night, I think we had a little too much fun.
Real Slim Shady, please stand up, please stand up, please stand up, cause I'm so shady, yes I'm the real shady. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that healthy butt, baby, about that. This first get it, right? Don't have to die.
This segment is brought to you by Grizzly Blinds. Grizzly Blinds, adventure guaranteed.
It's 4:52, which comes early when, you know, Gina is karaokeing until 1 o'clock in the morning. It's just that she doesn't take anything seriously. She really doesn't. She runs off, she kills a buck that scores 180 something, and then everything else in life is a joke.
You know, we knew Gina's buck was a big old buck, but after the dry-in period, it was nice to get it officially scored.
I'm a game warden for Tennessee, and in 2003 I got certified to officially score for Boone & Crockett, Pope & Young, and the Long Hunter Society. Gross score on it was 179 3/8, and the net final score after deductions is 170 5/8.
Still beat John!
People may have a confusion about John. He's actually a really stylish person.
You know, I'd been running some camera for Chuck and hanging with him, but that last night, we were all eager to make something happen. So we all split up, and I went and jumped in a hut. And it wasn't long before a nice buck came out. Unfortunately, man, that big boy stayed right out of range.
Well, a happy year flies by fast. Now she's always wearing black. Her friends say she's too young. Told her that it's not the one. So she heads down to her church. Asked the preacher what it's worth. She says she wants a little boy. always give them lots of toys and whoa, whoa, whoa. And she's a high school baby, a heartbreaking baby, yeah. Whoa, whoa, she holds the world in her hand.
You know, this is the first time I got to meet Chuck, and we really hit it off. Real nice guy, a lot of fun, and very funny. You know, it's too bad we didn't get him on a deer, but I'm anxious to get him back out in the woods and put him on a big old whitetail.
She was playing Cinderella, riding her first bike, bouncing on the bed and looking for a pillow fight, and running through the sprinklers with a big popsicle grin, and dancing up and down, and looking up at him. If he gives me a hard time, I can't blame the fella. I'm the one who's stealing Cinderella.
I made this!
My favorite call. Work it, work it. That's what we eat.
There he is.
How did you rip it up?
I don't know.